It is time. It is finally the beginning of the end. One way or another, it's gonna end with this final match. Today we are going up against Tay, who has an absolutely bonkers team, which I have up right here. If you know anything about Murkrow, gets Prankster, which is a fantastic ability, especially in this format. I don't actually remember any other Mons that I can think of off the top of my head that have that ability. I guess Purloin also gets Prankster. But Murkrow is by far the scariest of the ones that I can think of. I guess I should keep an eye on this as well, because we're going to be jumping in here in a second. But go back to home here. But yeah, this team is, I mean, it made it to the finals for a reason. Murkrow busted, Cutie Fly pretty good, very fast, hits hard, fairy typing is good. Tough to deal with, has a lot of shenanigans it can pull. You got Glameow, who's also extremely fast with Fake Out, and can be difficult to nail down, and then Return is a fantastic stab move, and then just like a ton of coverage across the entire team. Cool. I can also send as well. Just to keep it rolling here, but yeah, then you got Honedge here, who is Steel Ghost is a fantastic typing, defensively, makes it really hard to hit, especially, you know, walls my fighting type with Metatite, and Psychic's not very effective, which is really, it makes it difficult, and then Ghost being super effective on it, as well as being super effective into Ghastly, is also extremely tough to deal with. Houndour is a perfect matchup for it, but this thing is going to underspeed me in Trick Room, which, surprise, I'm setting this week. I can send the last one as well. I always got it already. Okay, cool. I think in 3, 2, 1. So it comes down to this, huh? It all comes down to this. I'm nervous as hell, but good luck, have fun to you, brother. And we'll see what happens. We're gonna hit him with the classic. Now the fourth slot is tough for me because I want to bring Anorith again, Iron Ball, okay? But Houndour is pretty good into this team. I'm noticing Cutie Fly did not make an appearance, which is good for me. I'm also not seeing Grimer, which is also good for me. Based on the mons that I see here, honestly, Anorith might be the play. Now I'm expecting Murkrow as a lead, and then hopefully Purloin. Hopefully these two pop out first. That's what I was planning on, either that or Murkrow Cutie Fly. I'm not seeing the bug though. Okay, so this is what I was hoping for. Trick Room, follow me. Easy peasy. Get some redirection action. I got Sash on Riolu. Take 2 hits. Get the Trick Room up safely. Oh, I should mention I have I have room service on gas. Could be a throw. I'm hoping it's just wacky enough to at least win me one game. We'll see. We'll see how it pans out. It could be stupid. Fake Out, perfect. Follow me, Air Slash. Yep, makes sense. This thing fake out probably has protect. This thing, it's got 4 move slot syndrome, so probably is not running protect, but it could be. The question is whether or not either of these have sucker punch. Do they have a switching? There is a switching for a fighting move, huh? This thing will underspeed me too. I'm bringing Air Throw. Let's see what we can do here. Knockoff maybe? Double into Ghastly would also be interesting. I'm gonna skill swap into this. Yeah, skill swap to steal the Prankster. Rock Slide's pretty good here too. Just for spread damage in case there's a switch out. It's slow mode time, baby. See if it pans out. So far we know Air Slash, Fake Out. There's gotta be a dark move. Dark Pulse, Sucker Punch, something. It could be special, but it has... Oh, it's got Haze. Interesting. Knockoff. Interesting indeed. Prankster no longer. I will Pain Split into this slot and... Ooh. I got Prankster now, Levitate, and this Rock Slide again. Protect, makes sense. Murkrow. It got 2 hit by that. Is that not Eviolite? That makes me think it's not, or it's not as defensively invested as I was planning it to be. Only 2 turns of Trick Room left. Actually, I think it's 1 once he switches in, which is kind of bad for me. Metatita doesn't really care. It just doesn't want to be in... Yeah, against that. Against that for sure. I cannot Pain Split Ghost type. No guard is terrifying. I think I still... 23. So far we have not seen any sort of Sucker Punch. Oh, you know what? This is probably Shadow Sneak, huh? Pain Split into this. Protected, that's right. I'm gonna knock off into this slot. Shadow Sneak, yeah. Slower than Gaslight Trick Room, I forgot about that. Knock off. Got rid of my Iron Ball. Metatite comes in. That means this thing is gonna underspeed. Without Iron Ball, that was very well played. Maybe I should have prioritized taking this thing out. I can still fake it out, but I wonder if it has like Sacred Sword or something. Dangerous, dangerous. The fake out in this slot is super obvious. Right now I underspeed it, so I think I Fire Punch. Yeah, I got a Fire Punch in this slot. I could protect actually. Yeah, let's do that. Ah, well played, well played. The double for Fake Out. Interesting, interesting. Okay. So this thing's gonna outspeed everything. Probably knocks off into this to get rid of Eviolite if he predicts that. Question is, I should outspeed theoretically everything in back unless it's... Wow, actually probably not electric. Not with 10 speed. This could be a double up too, which would be bad. I think I have to take this thing out, huh? I could just Drain Punch into this slot and knock off into that slot. I just have to hope I can tank a hit. That's what it comes down to. If I can, we might be okay. We might be able to 2v3. It's gonna come down to damage rolls and decision making. Oh, crit. Ouch. That hurts. A lot, actually. I do flinch. I don't think I can come back from that. That crit was huge. Yeah, 66%. That's a lot of damage. Return, outspeeds. I gotta hope for the... Oh, I'm just slower. GG's. I'm gonna do that again just in case. Okay, go. Now what adjustments do I make? I was outsped by both of them, which means I was 10 speed, so this thing is probably a bit faster. But now I know that there's no Sucker Punch. Unearth underspeeding and back was really good. Who wins that end game? These three plus Shellos. Tentacle does well into that. Doesn't do so well into that. Do I really bring Tentacle in back? That seems so bad. I think I have 13 speed though. I'll be... No. I believe. I made some judgment calls that were wrong. I believe in the squad. Same turn one, yep. Makes sense, makes sense. Could be Haze coming out again. Oh, we're doing the same thing again, baby. I have not revealed an attacking move yet, so hopefully get rid of that thing so it can't knock me off later, which is a massive problem. Could be a swap out too. That wouldn't be a bad idea. If anything, I would assume that the Murkrow would swap out due to the Rock Slide, and then no swap out. Interesting. And no Haze. Foul play. Interesting, interesting. Probably Honedge again, I would assume. For Shadow Sneak. He knows all my moves now, so... There it is. Could be protect again. I think I Sludge Bomb into this slot in case he protects. And this goes for Roost. I think that's the play. I'm assuming a Roost comes out here. Shadow Sneak into Knockoff, unless you want to protect reading that. But then I still get a move off. Air Slash, Foul Play, Haze. Maybe it doesn't have Roost. The swap out. Shadow Sneak, yep, okay. Alright, no crit this time. And no knockoff, which is good. But that thing in back is scary. Fake out. What does fake out get me? Could just be double protect again. Why would this protect? No guard maybe? This probably protects here. I gotta at least try. I gotta get rid of that thing. That thing is a nightmare. This could just be double protect again, which would be fun. Protect over there. Double, yeah. Okay, that makes sense. Now we reveal fake out. Shadow Sneak probably over here. Drain Punch into this. Knock off into this. It has to Shadow Sneak. Otherwise I'll underspeed it. Yeah, makes sense. Am I slower? Ooh. Okay, no burn. Alright, interesting. Orange Berry. So this was slower than my Metatite. So my Metatite speeds this. Metatite is Air Slash probably. As long as I don't flinch, I should tank this. I am EV to tank it, so question is, Anorth is going last here, so do I lose now is the question. Double here and here, I would assume. Tank a hit, don't flinch. KO the Murkrow. This probably skulls into this slot. I could also protect. I don't want to protect. Air Slash, no flinch. Thank you. Very, very well played. Yeah, I have no way of getting rid of the... That's very well played. Yeah, I lose now. That one hurts. That hurts. Oh well. Well played, Weather. Well played. Very, very well played. Interesting, interesting. Okay. Yeah, the double targeting there was really smart. I'm wondering, because I guess, you know what, maybe double targeting the slug here for Drain Punch to make sure I could take another hit, but then I don't get rid of the Murkrow and it just, well, yeah, actually they ignored the Anorth. So me Drain Punching the slug here was, Shellos was the smart play, because then I get HP back. Yeah, because then Murkrow definitely goes down there. And then it's a 2v1. Even if I get burned, this thing won't have much health left. Interesting, interesting. So I misplayed at the end there, which cost me a game 3. I should have thought through it more. Well, you live and learn. Is what it is. Is what it is. Yeah. So let me just save that one. Just these two. So yeah, this was the team. I already spoke about it a bit. I was worried about Pancham a little bit. It's got some decent bulk if you invest in defenses, and then also great attack if you run like Iron Fist, especially with Life Orb. Shellos was a smart move here. I actually was half and half on whether or not I was expecting it to show up, just based on the number of water types that I had. That could have been a read, assuming that I wouldn't actually use any of them, which was true. I brought Tentacle, did not intend on using it. Until game 2, which I thought about. Cynical, I did not think was going to show up. Grimer, I actually thought was going to be one of the last ones of the core. So Cutie Fly was hit or miss. Murkrow, Glameow, I was pretty sure were coming out. Honedge, I thought was going to come out. I thought Pancham was probably going to come out, and then I thought Grimer was a pretty good slot in as well. These two I didn't see coming ever. Maybe Electrike for the water types that I have, but probably unlikely. But I thought Grimer was pretty decent here, just based on typing and then the amount of bulk that it has. It's like 80 HP or something, which, yeah, 80 HP, 80 attack, 50s in defenses is nothing to scoff at in this format. But yeah, I had a feeling that could make an appearance, unless I have Psychic on Ghastly, which I did originally have but took off for this whack set that I have. I had a hard time getting through this, in my calcs at least, especially considering I wasn't running Psycho Cut on Metatype. So, you know, I had a feeling that if this thing made an appearance, it would have been tough to deal with. But yeah, no, the Honedge was really the main mon that caused me a lot of problems. Game 1 critting into Metatite, which then caused my Metatite to go down. And then just being generally super threatening with a strong stab, Shadow Sneak. And then unfortunately I threw game 2 by not targeting into the Shellos slot with Drain Punch, because that could have, or even Thunder Punch honestly would have KO'd it, but I think Drain Punch probably would have been better for the recovery. No, Thunder Punch would have been good, because Thunder Punch would have KO'd it, and then Rock Slide would have KO'd the Murkrow that turn, because they ignored Anorith. Yeah, that's really unfortunate. Complete misplay on my part. I definitely could have brought that to game 3, which is at least what I was hoping to do. I mean, they were still pretty close games, all things considered, but I did at least want to take a game, just for the sake of keeping it competitive. But yeah, so let me go to Team Builder here. So this this probably looks familiar, huh? The Iron Ball Anorith? I had to bring it back. When I figured out I was going to go Trick Room against this team, I mean, Prankster Tailwind, like, what are you going to do? I needed some way to deal with that, so... And Iron Ball loses again, what can I say? Don't run it, it's not worth it. It's never worth it, but it is fun. This is a pretty standard set. I've run Rock Slide on virtually every week that I've included Anorith. Aerolace is new specifically for Pancham. I was worried about Pancham, as you can probably tell. Didn't make an appearance, so Aerolace, never going to click that. And then Knockoff, I did include specifically for the Honedge, which I thought was going to make an appearance, and that I'm glad that I added, because outside that it would have walled Anorith super hard. And then there's Riolu, the classic Inner Focus, follow me coaching. Rock Slide just for coverage. Rock Slide actually had great coverage in this team, minus like 2 mons. Did I ever think I was going to click it? No. The only move I knew I was going to click was going to be follow me. So, just because this thing's main purpose was to sit on the field, die, and then get Trick Room up for my Ghastly. And then Sash was to guarantee that, because there were a lot of calcs between Cutie Fly and Murkrow, both with stab, fairy, and flying moves that would just destroy it in one hit. So I couldn't risk, even though it's max bulk as you can see, I couldn't risk it dying, so I needed the Sash just to be sure. Which it ended up not mattering, so maybe Sash on Ghastly would have been better. Actually, Sash wasn't even relevant on Ghastly either. because it never died in one hit to anything. I'm not sure what I would have done with the sash because I didn't lose anything in one hit. I think, you know, in hindsight, this was the correct play. Meta-Tight, so Meta-Tight, who is undoubtedly the MVP of my team, hard carrying next to Ghastly, and Riolu, who's a huge enabler. I ran Fake Out like I have every week. Again, I couldn't fit Protect or Detect on this mon yet again. So I wanted to run plenty of coverage moves to deal with this team. So I ran Drain Punch per usual for HP recovery, and then Thunder and Fire Punch basically cover the rest of the team outside Pancham. And Cyndaquil, I guess, and Grimer, but I needed a way to hit Honedge, who would wall me if I didn't have Fire Punch, and then Thunder Punch was for Murkrow, because Drain Punch wouldn't do enough damage with Eviolite on it. You know, if it roosted, Drain Punch into it would have been super effective anyway, but I wanted both moves just in case, and then also for Shellos, which, you know, me being an idiot, I didn't click at the end of Game 2, which would have brought it to Game 3, but, you know, it is what it is. But yeah, and then this is a more offensive set. I ran Brave with minimum speed, and then some good attack investment, and then obviously the rest in bulk to make sure it's as difficult to remove as possible. Which, for the most part, aside from the crit Game 1, served itself pretty well. Then we have Tentacool, who is extremely bulky in this specific set. I put a lot into HP and defense, and then some in special defense, and then a little bit into special attack for damage output. Fairy Juice just for recovery, and then Protect Sludge Bomb Scald. Ice Beam just for coverage sake. I never really intended to bring this. I thought about it Game 2 just because it actually matched up pretty well once I got rid of the physical attackers. And even still, I had invested pretty decently in bulk for it. But I don't think its damage output would have been enough to deal with it. So this was more so as like a just in case, but probably not going to use. And then Houndour, who I did want to bring, and maybe in Game 2 I should have brought. I don't know though, because Snarl into Shellos, and then I don't know if Sucker Punch KOs from that range, even if I got this to be the last one down. This thing deals huge damage, especially since I'm running Quiet, with hefty special attack EVs and then a lot of bulk, just like the rest of my team. Since I'm not investing in speed, I invested in bulk instead to make sure I could tank hits, which did actually work out decently well. Yeah, so this was just meant to be a semi-slow mon with 9 speed, who isn't really outspeeding like Honedge or Shellos in Trick Room. Actually, it would have undersped Shellos in against Tay's team this time around. It could have, at min speed, undersped, because I think it drops to, yeah, it can hit 7 speed minimum. But this one was not min speed, so I would have undersped it, odds are. So, which means if Trick Room ended, which it did, you know, I think pretty close to the end of, yeah, so I still had 3 turns after that. Technically 2, because I just protected and couldn't do anything, but yeah, this thing outside Trick Room would just get rolled, so. But yeah, this thing, based on the calcs I did, dealt big damage, and, you know, if they didn't have an answer to it, which Honedge, if it had a fighting move, would have dealt massive damage into it, this thing could have been a huge damage deal. I thought about running Heat Wave as well, but I was afraid of Wide Guard on Honedge as well. That thing was a nightmare to plan for, by the way. As you can tell, it demolished my team. But yeah, Houndour was fantastic since I picked it up. I was really happy with it. And then last but not least, Room Service Ghastly, who is quiet and min speed, 0 speed IVs. This brings it down to 7 speed, I believe? 7 speed, which underspeeds everything on Tay's team outside of Honedge and Grimer and Shellos, who ties if they're min speed. Honedge, I believe, was min speed. Shellos, I do not think was, based on speed interactions. So this thing outside Honedge, who didn't even need to underspeed me anyway because of Shadow Sneak, this thing undersped everything on this team. So the Haze Tech Game 1 was really smart, just because that prevented me from underspeeding everything. But at 11, I still undersped the Glameow and the Murkrow that were out already anyway. So it didn't really matter, but I wanted to be sure that I would underspeed Mons just in case there were min speed. Especially in the case of like Pancham or whatever, I could get in, hit it with a Sludge Bomb or Pain Split if I was at low HP, because I'm built bulky enough to tank hits, Dark type moves specifically, and then get some HP back with Pain Split. But you know, that didn't end up working out, but because of the Protect. But it was a fun tech to build, fun to use in the match for game 1. Even though it didn't pan out, I had a good time with it. So, but yeah, that was the team. That was the final match. Unfortunately, that was it. No game 3. I was hoping to bring it to game 3, but you know, sometimes your mistakes will cost you. It's as you saw at the end of game 2. So, but you live and learn. And I did have a lot of fun this season, especially for a team that I didn't draft myself, that I ended up just picking up from Canor dropping the team. Honestly, fantastic drafting, by the way, because the Meta Titan, Ghastly, and Riolu hard carried me to this spot. So shout out to them, and shout out to everyone I fought on the journey up to this point, and then everyone in the server in general. It's been super fun. VBLS Season 6 was a lot of fun, despite getting 2-5, the 2-5 record. I had a great time, learned a lot. And then this made it to finals, which I never thought I would be here, but what can I say? Half the team, most of the team busted. So, user error, I would say. But yeah, all I can say is congrats to Tay for winning this format. Fantastic team, unbelievable player. There's really nothing else I can say about that. I just got straight up outplayed. You know, the misplay of game 2 was rough, which I will say for the final time. But outside that, he was in the driver's seat for sure. Definitely, I had to calculate every move very carefully as best I could, but was not quite enough. But I will remember that, and we will play again at some point in the near future, I assume. So, congratulations again. That's it for this season for VBL-N Little Cup. So this will be the last vid for a while, I think. I may be doing some casting for VBLS playoffs, but we'll confirm that towards next week when matches start rolling in and see. I think me and Sam Max might be doing some co-casting together, which will be a lot of fun. I'm looking forward to that. But yeah, outside that was it. That was the final match. Hopefully it was at least semi-hype or exciting. I had fun. I was nervous, but I had fun. And if you did too, then that's what I'm here for. So thanks again, and I'll see you guys on the flip side. Peace out. Let's go.